Hi guys, so you'd have seen in the last sort of few videos I've been doing, I've been messing about trying out hydro dipping. Something I've never really done before, and yeah, lots of fun, a bit messy, but yeah, awesome way of getting kind of like camouflage is, well, the kind of reason why I was using it. So yeah, if you've seen a couple of videos I've done, things come out okay, but like a lot of things when you first try them, yeah, trial and error. Sometimes you make mistakes, sometimes you mess up completely. And yeah, there's definitely a few things that I did, well, I wasn't too happy with. And one of the main ones, I guess, is when I did dip these, they would come out, I say on the whole, yeah, not too bad. Especially as, say, first time dipping, yeah, I'm pleased something came out at all. But in general, there's a lot of areas that I had on these little mini tanks that I printed out that weren't covered with any of the ink. So yeah, they had lots of like little white sort of splodges, because obviously I primed these little chaps in white, and yeah, so I had to go around doing a lot of touching up, which obviously then kind of ruins part of the effect of me trying to get, well, camouflage or stripes or whatever it was I was going for. So obviously, like most things, when you trial and error, and then you think of ways to improve. So this video, yep, definitely going to improve on what I've done. So I need to print out some miniatures, and this video is being sponsored by Print Minis. I've done a lot of videos with their stuff just because, well, as you can clearly see here online, yeah, they do a lot of like grimdark style stuff, from miniatures, terrain, vehicles, bases, props, you name it, they've kind of got it. So go check them out, and there is a discount if you sign up to their newsletter, and also there'll be a link down below, guys, where you can get hold of, well, a free STL, just so you can check them out and see, well, see the quality of the stuff they do, which, yeah, trust me, is awesome. So obviously for this one, again, I'm going to go for a vehicle, although I am going to have a go at doing some marines soon, just to try and get them camouflaged. So as you can see, I'm going to go for this Phobos main battle tank, just because, well, I kind of love tanks. And yeah, this one is sort of stocky, nice big gun, well, typical kind of tank really, I guess. So with all the Print Mini stuff, and this is another reason why I love this stuff, it's very modular, so you can print bits out, assemble it how you want. So even with this tank, there's a variety of parts, so you can sort of change the outlay. As in these side bits, you can have weapons on them, a whole variety of weapons, or you can just have this nice little, well, it's kind of like an Atari symbol, I guess. That's kind of what I'm going to go for, the Atari symbol, as I want the tank to be fairly simple and plain, but obviously have a lovely big turret on the top. And then it's just a case of working out, say, which bits you want to assemble, and yeah, then glue them on. So say everything's come out gorgeously, and this is the thing I love about the Print Mini stuff. They do a lot of care and attention to every single sort of detail and part of miniatures or terrain or vehicles. So even quite a lot of stuff you won't even actually see, like the underneath of this tank, it's still got a lot of detail in it, which is just awesome. So yeah, say a variety of bits, yeah, you really can mix and match and print bits out. And even with this tank, there is an extra sort of bit you can download, which has, well, loads more add-ons, just to make it exactly how you want. So this is where the cunning plan comes in. In the past, well, say the past, I've only done 2 videos with Dip Inks. I've assembled everything fully. So this time I'm not, I'm doing it in parts. And instead of doing the priming in white like I've done before, I'm going to prime it, well, in this case, with a brown. I probably would have gone with a green, but, well, I didn't have a green, so I'm using the brown. And as you can see, this is from the Colour Forge. Again, link down below, guys, as this, well, this is now the only primer I ever use, just because it covers gorgeously, and it dries a perfect matte, which, yeah, and I say they do a whole range of colours, so maybe I should get the green, and then I can do that next time. So as I've got the base colour being brown, yeah, the only colour I really need to go on this now is black. So I've got the black, but there's also this clear one, which is pretty cool. I haven't used it before, but obviously as the name suggests, yeah, it's going to be clear. So rather than sort of using 2 colours like I've used before, it kind of makes sense to, well, prime the vehicle in the sort of main colour you want, and then use, yeah, a bit of the black to do the camouflage. So yeah, say again, this is where trial and error, trying new things, and then sort of learning as we go, and obviously improving what we do. But I say the main thing for me is I'm just having fun. As I always say, guys, I am just a guy sitting at a desk in his living room messing about. So I don't have tons of money to sort of spend on big projects. I don't have a workshop, a studio. I don't even have a garage or a spare room. I am literally sitting at a desk in my living room, messing about and, well, being a big kid and trying out these new things. So these dipping inks really are just that easy to use. As you can see, you've got an old sort of, well, it's an ice cream container here. Put in some cold water. I know some stuff you need to put warm water in. This is where you always read the instructions, and with this one, yeah, you just use cold water. And then, yeah, it's simply a case of dipping it. So obviously make sure whatever container you've got is big enough. And this one, as you can see, is just about big enough, which is pretty cool. And then, yeah, slowly lowering it in, hoping that everything works out. And yeah, bish bash bosh, I'm really happy with that. And again, because obviously I am using just the black over the primed colour, there's no areas that are going to be missing, so there's no touching up to do afterwards, which is just great. And then, yeah, whatever's left over, because obviously it's all bits and pieces here, just sort of scoop that out by, well, getting something, twiddling it around. Then I kind of use the cloth as well, just to sort of drag it all out. And then it's all ready and good to go for the next one. I'll have to admit, I don't know why, but I'm not wearing gloves. And this stuff, well, it sticks to pretty much everything. So as you can see, my fingers are getting covered in this stuff. And I actually did this yesterday. And obviously I'm recording my voiceover bit today. And my hands are still a little bit black. So wearing gloves definitely is recommended. There's no real smell at all to this dipping ink, so yeah, I don't think you really need to sort of wear a mask or anything like that. But obviously, again, guys, whenever I'm doing anything, you take whatever precautions you deem necessary when you're doing things. So yeah, so this is me obviously realising, yeah, my hands are a little bit sticky now. Say, because this stuff, it is, it's quite thick stuff and very sticky, and yeah, obviously it will attach to pretty much everything, I would have thought. But yeah, the results, absolutely loving how this is coming out. So definitely I'm going to do this more often, where just use one colour, but then obviously prime whatever it is I'm painting in the main colour that I want. And this certainly is a quick way of getting vehicles painted, especially say you had like loads of these tanks you want to paint up. Yeah, I would highly recommend doing this. So whether it's for something like Warhammer or any kind of like, well, tank game or vehicle game or whatever it might be, yeah, definitely prime them in your main colour and then do a bit of the old black as camouflage, which is really good. So, and again, doing this in parts certainly ensures every piece is fully covered, which is really good, because obviously flat panels, this works awesome. The more nooks and crannies and bits and pieces you got going on, then sometimes the harder it is to try and get everything sort of in there. So these inks are quite glossy when they dry, so yeah, using a bit of matte varnish, I'm going to obviously spray these just to, well, reduce that shininess down a little bit. And then once that's done, it's then a case of taking all the bits and, well, gluing the rest of it together. And I say, it is so much better doing these in parts rather than as the one, as, yeah, again, I just love how they've all come out looking really good. Nice little camouflage. So this is the thing I really love about this hobby, and that is good old trial and error. Trying things out, especially things that you've not done before. And then sort of learning by any mistakes. Obviously you guys obviously chuck in all your comments, which is great because I love reading them, and they certainly help me out a lot, because again, this is something I've not done, and it might be something a lot of you guys haven't done, but there's always going to be some people out there that, well, they would have done something we're doing, and yeah, they can obviously throw in their little 2 pence and help everyone else out, which is another reason why I love this hobby, because it is all about sharing, caring, and making things easier for everyone. So yeah, last thing I'm really going to do with this, say paint wise, not really going to do a whole lot to this, because obviously the main thing I wanted to do was, well, the camouflage look. But yeah, I do want to change the tank treads. So I'm using these lovely brushes that were sent to me by Rosemary & Co. There was a link down below, guys. Yeah, some awesome paint brushes. Again, I know I'm not the best at keeping brushes neat, tidy, and I did get some comments in one of my recent videos on, well, how I use my paintbrush to paint with. I'm not too sure what they were kind of saying, but maybe I'm a little heavy-handed perhaps when I'm painted, I don't know. But either way, yeah, go check out the links below, guys. Everything I use in my videos, there's generally links. Some of them are affiliate links, which means it doesn't cost you any more, but if you do buy anything after clicking the link, I get a few pennies from it, which is pretty good. Not everything is, there are quite a lot of things down there that aren't affiliate links. They are just, well, they're just links. But yeah, you guys like to know what I'm using, so I try and list as much as I can. So the only thing I really wanted to do to this was just to give it, well, I say, a bit more of a metallic look, and that's where good old dry brushing, something that I love doing. Another one of these like easy processes, but the results from doing it are just, yeah, awesome and well worth doing. So a little bit of silver on my brush, obviously rubbed most of it off. As the name implies, dry brushing. My brush is almost dry, and then yeah, just going over, catching any areas or edges, just make it look like the paint's worn off just that little bit. As I say, you don't have to do too much of this, but it does sort of make quite a bit of a difference. So all that waffling aside, let's have a little look and see this this lovely tank chap in all his glory. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys, as yeah, I certainly enjoy messing about doing this hydro dipping, although I am going to be getting some hydro dipping sheets. Don't know if that's the right term or not, but yeah, it's sheets with camouflage and patterns, designs, all the rest. Yeah, so I'm going to be giving them a go with some vehicles. What I say, I do want to have a go at doing some sort of miniature figures, just to sort of give them a bit of a camo look, especially those that are obviously wearing sort of capes and that kind of thing. But yeah, so for this tank, very pleased, and yeah, definitely I'll be just using like one sort of paint, probably the black, and using a primer to sort of give the vehicle its main sort of colour. Again, I'll leave links down below to where you can get the dipping inks. I think it's from Amazon, because basically I kind of buy everything from Amazon just because I love the fact you can get the delivery next day. Anyway, enough of that waffling. I want to say a big shout out and thank you to all my lovely patrons, as well as my monthly sponsors, who sort of continue to keep me keep me fed so I can keep making these lovely videos. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all them good things. There's another video on the screen, give that a click, see more of what I do. You guys take care, see you in the next one. Bye for now.